Alright, boys and girls, well, I got a lot of requests to do cooking videos, and so I might not post all of the videos, but as I cook for the family, I'm just going to kind of record it real quick. I might not go into super detail. You can always PM me. Like I said, I don't really go by recipes. I don't have a book or anything I'm doing. A lot of these I've done before. This one that we're doing today is one from college, and it's one of those when the weather gets bad, it's fun to have. What it is I'll show you a second on the stove. I have some Italian sausage, 1 pound Italian sausage, and 1 pound of just ground hamburger meat. And Jimbo, I'll give you a link down below. He recently did the recipe. He has his own variations. Now I actually did this with bacon. It was my bad. I forgot to pull the bacon out of the freezer. Usually I buy a bunch when it's on sale, but it's still frozen. So one of the other additions since college that we're going to do is it's basically a Tater Tot casserole. We're using cream and mushroom soup. I'm upping it today using a little of the roasted garlic cream and mushroom soup. It's a pretty easy recipe. It's going to use about 3/4 of this log. Maybe not quite. 16 ounces is going to be half of a 2-pound loaf. And so I'll probably use just about a pound of cheese. The trick with this is I actually really like it with these new crispy crowns. Now there might be a subpar version of the Oritas that exists, but it's basically half, if you can see that, basically half of a tater tot. Makes it a whole lot easier to eat. But what we're going to do, we're going to rip this sucker open. It's going to take the whole bag. And again, I don't really measure any of this stuff, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to layer about 1 layer deep of crispy crowns. If you have tater tots, just make sure they're all kind of flat. I just, on the crispy crowns in this dish, I just make sure they're all not doubled up. And we're going to do that, and I'll bring you back. Alright, now over here on the stove, I've got the 1 pound of Italian sausage and a pound of ground beef. And we're just going to cook this all the way through. On Jimbo's recipe, I believe he has garlic and celery and some onions and stuff to start with. Adding a little bit more vegetables. I didn't have any of that, and I didn't want to go to the store to do this, and I had the other stuff. So this is what I decided to make to have for supper. And basically we're going to cook that all the way through, and then we're going to add in, I'm actually using some diced green chilies and the Monterey Jack. We're kind of doing a little southern theme. And you could add some taco seasoning to this. That would work as well. I actually used a little smokehouse maple. It's got a nice smoky, little bit of sweet flavor, and some garlic salt. And we're just going to cook that up and then mix it with the soup. Okay, we've got our 2 cans of roasted garlic, cream and mushroom. Again, insert your family's favorite vegetable here. If it's something you got from the produce section, you know, you can steam it ahead of time. You could cook it if it's like the onion celery along with your meat. Really, sky's the limit. I have some corn that expires at the end of next month in 11, so we're going to use up some of that, some of the recipes. So I got my corn. Diced green chilies, these are mild. These are some I had in my prep also. And I'm just going to mix that around a little bit. Going to put a little bit of the cheese in. And we're going to save some of the cheese for the top. I prefer to drain my hamburger of all the extra fat and stuff. You don't really need all the extra fat and grease, especially because I'm using the Italian sausage. So I'm basically going to get this mixed up and layered in there, and I'll bring you back. Alright, now I've done this before where I've made it and put it in the fridge and then cooked it later, but with the sausage and stuff fairly hot, even though the tater tots are frozen, I'm going to cook this at 350 for about half hour. Really, we're going to take the Tillamook cheese and add a little bit to the top. I'm a big Tillamook fan. It's also Oregon company. But they make good stuff. And someone at the grocery store told me that they recently had a fire, so I'm not sure if that'll affect the price or availability of it or not. But again, you can make this as crazy as possible. You know, if you wanted to go full Mexican theme, you could use the taco seasoning in the meat. You could use enchilada sauce, put crispy Doritos on top. You can pretty much, you know, pick whatever soup you want. Casseroles are casseroles, and they're meant to be just shared and changed and whatnot. Again, I've done bacon, I've done chicken and broccoli with cheddar, so they're a fun one to do, especially when the weather gets a little crappy. But yeah, we're gonna toss this in the oven for about a half hour, and I'll bring you back. All right, while we're waiting for our sexy casserole, I know what you're thinking, and yes, ladies, I do dishes. We're all cleaned up, cans are washed, put in the recycling, dishes are done, counters are wiped down, and now it's just time to relax. There you have it. Meal fit for a king and dessert. Thanks for watching.